Everyone's quick to tell you about the long-term negative effects of alcohol, but most of us aren't really worried about what's gonna happen 20 or 30 years from now because we're living in the moment. We're gonna give you 5 big reasons why you might want to put down your drinking, or at least cut back today. Your body will thank you. Here are the reasons why. The first one is the most apparent at first glance, but once we figure out how it works, it's fascinating, and it may make you want to put down the bottle immediately. Fat loss. Drinking alcohol makes it really hard to lose weight. To be fair, it is well known that alcoholic beverages include calories. The calorie count is 7 per gram, unless you're adding lots of fruits and sweetened flavors to your drink, where we're adding a lot of additional calories to alcohol. Beyond that, something in alcohol specifically that prevents our body from using and burning fat, and it has to do with our DNA and cells. A research article published in the Journal of Alcohol found that alcohol generally hinders the capacity of specialized proteins in our body from binding to specialized liver cells that help burn fat. In the most direct and simplest terms, alcohol reduces the body's capacity to metabolize fat. It causes a rapid degeneration of our body's cellular machinery. This is directly in line with the findings of research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. The main idea is that alcohol is blocking fat oxidation, fat burning, on a cellular level in the human body. Another item that often goes unnoticed is research that examined heavy and moderate drinkers over the long term. It was published in the Journal of Nutrition. They discovered that people's visceral fat would increase in a dose-dependent manner in relation to their alcohol use. Basically, the more a person drinks, the more fat their body holds onto. It seems to reason that reducing fat metabolism would promote increased fat depositing in the visceral and hepatic regions in response to dietary intake. It follows that visceral fat is what causes a potbelly. Beer belly is real, and an accurate term. Alright, let's get on to the next one. Sleep. Do you know anyone that thinks alcohol is good for sleep? Maybe they think that, actually, I get a good night's sleep when I drink, since alcohol makes me feel sleepy. The way it works is a little different than that. Alcohol disrupts a portion of sleep known as rapid eye movement, or REM. There are 4 phases of sleep. However, in this video, we're only covering the first 2. As mentioned, there is the rapid eye movement, REM sleep, and there is non-REM sleep. In the beginning of your sleep cycle, you experience a combination of rapid eye movement, REM, sleep, which is great for brain function and memory consolidation, and non-REM sleep, which is a deep kind of sleep that rejuvenates your whole body, the cells and other tissues. Later in the night, the ratio changes. You'll experience more REM sleep and less non-REM sleep. While alcohol does put you to sleep, it shortens your rapid eye movement, REM cycles, and puts you into a deeper sleep state earlier in the night. As a result, the remainder of your sleep cycle becomes erratic as a whole when your REM cycles are shortened. Since REM sleep helps your brain and heals it and consolidates your memories, a night of drinking can disturb this. Ever notice or heard about people drinking so much that they can't remember what they did that night? Or the following day they've got serious brain fog and sluggish thoughts? Yep, that's the damage to REM sleep from alcohol. If a person drinks a lot consistently, say for weeks or months or years, the wear and tear on brain and body health starts to build up significantly. Additionally, there is a hyperthermic impact since alcohol raises core body temperature. Your core temperature's circulatory amplitude increases as a result of this hypothermic action. To put it another way, you can end up with hot and cold flashes because your body can't maintain an even temperature. And if you've ever worn an Oura ring or anything similar, you'll know that your core temperature is a great predictor of how well you sleep. The good news is that it doesn't take long before you feel better after cutting back on alcohol use. Even if it takes a few weeks before you start to feel a general improvement in your sleep quality, cutting off alcohol for even one night can help. Keep in mind that there is a connection between our digestive systems and the quality of our sleep. The more varied the gut flora is of the digestive tract, the better our sleep will be. The first guideline people should follow when they're making changes to their diet or way of life is to eat more protein. The second rule is to eat more fiber. Having a more balanced diet that includes proteins and fiber make for a more diverse gut flora, and this helps your body deal with and become more resilient to everyday stresses. Including a probiotic in your diet is also a good idea. A probiotic can be especially helpful in maintaining gut health and dealing with stress on the body when traveling. Many of you listening might think about throwing away all your alcohol after hearing this. Alcohol harms sexual function. You've heard of beer goggles, right? Well, yeah, beer goggles might make people look attractive in the moment, or close enough. But what good is that attraction if you can't actually get things working? Alright, it's clear that alcohol hinders sexual function on all three crucial levels. It's blocking it in the brain's hypothalamus and pituitary glands. And lastly, in males, it's blocking it in the testes' Leydig cells, which generate testosterone. It can be a major issue. Let's talk a bit more about what's going on here. Now, you know that alcohol has an effect on the testes, and that effect is to reduce sperm production and, by extension, testosterone levels in the blood. In the reality, however, alcohol reduces production of the luteinizing hormones and follicle-stimulating hormones, the ones that tell the testicles to make testosterone and sperm, because of the effects alcohol has on the pituitary and brain. A research article published in the Indian Journal of Medical Research revealed that 58.4% of individuals who drank moderate to heavy alcohol had some kind of sexual dysfunction, with the bulk of these cases stemming from problems with desire or arousal. So basically, mentally, they could feel attraction, but physically, there was no way to follow up on that attraction. If you want to maintain your romantic and/or marital relationship, you might not want to consider drinking too much. Now for women, like men, alcohol is blocking sexual function in the brain's hypothalamus and pituitary glands. But it can also lower thyroid levels and cause ovarian atrophy, in which the ovaries actually shrink. Fertility problems may develop as a result also, and all the other health-related functions of the ovaries can be hampered. Brain atrophy. Alright, alcohol is definitely not good for the health of the brain. The specifics of it, what it does, are actually pretty scary. So the British Medical Journal released the results of research that followed 550 individuals for 30 years. People who drank 30 or more beers weekly had a 5.8-fold increased risk of hippocampus atrophy, according to a 30-year follow-up. That's brain shrinkage. The hippocampus is a region of the brain that plays an important role in memory and many other cognitive processes. Hippocampal atrophy was 3 times as common among heavy drinkers, 14 to 21 drinks weekly or 1 to 2 drinks per night, compared to non-drinkers. Again, that's 3 times as much brain shrinkage than in a person that doesn't drink. So it's clear that alcohol has serious effects on the brain, altering its structure, what you can remember, how you think, and how you feel, maybe even reducing gray matter in the brain. How does alcohol do this? Put simply, alcohol is neurotoxic. Have you ever heard of neurotoxin? It's a substance that destroys the nervous system and brain. It's the same substance in the venom that king cobras, black widow spiders, and scorpions use to kill things. We're not saying that alcohol should never be touched again, but you might think twice in the future when you're tempted to drink this second glass of your favorite party drink. Physical performance. Do you care about overall physical health and performance? If you're not a serious exerciser or athlete, maybe you don't. Is it any different for regular people versus athletes? Well, there's no doubt that there's lots of athletes that drink heavily. We here at Home Remedy Rescue have no problem with the odd and occasional drink. But we do think that putting knowledge and health tips in your hands can help you make better choices and benefit you. So why do some of these elite athletes continue to drink? It could be anything to do with stress, one's mindset, or one's personality. But see what transpires. Alcohol inhibits the activity of calcium channels in the muscle cells. Calcium is critical for muscle cell contractile strength. The inability to contract the muscle due to a lack of electrical charge occurs when calcium is inhibited. To be clear, calcium carries charges. Therefore, the muscle simply cannot contract as strongly as it should if calcium is blocked due to heavy drinking. Since you're not exercising while drinking, it's not a big deal, right? At least we hope not. In any event, regardless of it, if that were the case, alcohol greatly dehydrates the body. You might not even notice it, but just 1 gram of alcohol can end up removing 10 millimeters of water from your system. Dehydration sets in very rapidly, and things get much more complicated when you add in alcohol's vasodilating impact, which causes you to evaporate more water from your skin due to increased vasodilation. Have you ever seen someone who has been drinking excessively? Their face turns a bright shade of red, their veins seem to be bursting all over, and their blood is thin. For some reason, that will make dehydration worse as it will raise the amount of water evaporating from the body. Also, it hinders gluconeogenesis, which means your body can't make as much glucose, the fuel for energy in your body, from the liver at the same time as you need it. This means your glucose production is reduced. Atrophy, the breakdown of muscle tissue during exercise, is more likely, and your maximum output will suffer. Putting it all together and giving it a reasoned thought, why would anyone want to drink to excess, or even close to excess? We hope we've been able to provide useful health information for you in this video about drinking. Please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay up to date on our latest videos. Until next time, please be wise, be well, and take care.